So, hey everybody, how you all doing? Thanks so much for tuning in for another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. It is Friday, the 10th of September 2021, and this is episode number 37 of Jonnychipz Weekly, entitled Busy Busy. So, yes, hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. Can you believe this is episode number 37? I can't. It seems to have flown by over the last sort of 9-10 months now, coming up to since I started these episodes. But anyway, things are going great as usual. If you do like the content, please do like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It would be absolutely fantastically appreciated. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to keep to a similar format this week with community call-outs, Jonnychipz on the side, the Azure news and updates, and a little bit around what's going on in the world of the Welsh Azure user group. So, without further ado, let's jump on over to our community call-outs for this week. Yes, so we are still in the month of September, therefore we are still running through the Azure Back to School collateral. So yeah, huge shout out again to Dwayne Natwick. I'm going to be doing this throughout the episode through September, just to kind of shine a little bit more of a spotlight onto the fantastic content and the community effort that Dwayne has kind of pulled together. AzureBackToSchool.tech. If you're not following Dwayne or you've not seen this, go and have a browse over to that URL. I mean, it'll take you over to this content page here, and you can see throughout the month of September, you know, all our kids have gone back to school. So why is it any different to us techie lot, I guess, is where we're going. So yeah, Dwayne has reached out to a number of people across the community, including yours truly. I teamed up with Chris Wright a few weeks back and recorded a session on AIoT and Edge video analytics. You can see we've got a huge plethora of content. So we're on day 10. Day 10 is Elcam, who was my roving reporter last week, managing your Azure environment security guardrails using Azure Bicep. So that'll be a pretty good piece of content, undoubtedly. So go and check it out. Browse on over azurebacktoSchool.tech, or you can use that github.io URL. And go and check it out. Some really great content, really great speakers, and it's there for everybody to consume and have a little look. So yeah, any comments or feedback, drop it through to Dwayne, and yeah, he will appreciate that, I am sure. Okay, moving on. Yes, South Coast Summit. If you've not been following, South Coast Summit is due to take place on the 16th of October. That's a Saturday, 9 a.m. They've announced their keynote speakers. As you can see here, we've got Richard Potter, who is one of the directors of digital strategy over in Microsoft, or here in the UK. We've got Donna Osaka, who, you know, obviously she's the director of technology over in on the US side of Microsoft, over in Corp. And then also Helen Wilson. So Modern Work, she heads up the Modern Work customer success team. So great to see some fantastic keynote speakers there for South Coast Summit. If you've not signed up, jump on over southcoastsummit.com and go and get yourself registered. And hopefully I'll see you down there. Okay, yes, Mr. Greg Asuti has, I think I mentioned this briefly last week, but I think it needs another mention. It's a fantastic community event. Every December, throughout the month of December, it's about fun, inclusion, tech content, whatever it is that we can pull together to make the month of December, you know, really good fun, effectively. So, festive tech calendar, call for speakers or call for content has been opened. It's run by Greg Asuti, Richard Hooper. So, if you've got any ideas, got any thoughts, feelings, jump on over, hit the guys up, go to the Sessionize page, submit your content, because I know they've done a fantastic job over the last couple of years now with this event, this community event, and I don't think they've turned anybody away as yet. So I'm sure they're going to get inundated with with requests. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's great. It's a really fun month of content. So get involved if you haven't already. Have a look. Take a little look. See, at least consume. Get involved when it's launched. So yeah, that's in the month of December. And moving on, I only noticed this morning, this one actually. This is, so we all know Microsoft Learn are doing fantastic things in terms of getting great content onto the Learn platform, some great modules set up. And this caught my eye this morning from, apologies if I pronounced the name incorrectly, but Titter. So this has been pulled together in terms of looking at the Bicep language, Azure Bicep, and using Azure DevOps to actually do stuff and deploy stuff and create things with Azure Bicep. So I've not checked out the Learn module yet myself, but like I say, it's just great to see so much diversity coming through in terms of these Learn modules, and it's covering such a wide breadth of technology areas. So go and check that out. I certainly will, and as you can see there, yeah, next module's coming pretty soon. So huge thanks to that, and really apologies if I pronounced your name incorrectly, Geet, but thank you very much. And moving on, yes, Neil Mclaughlin. So as you may or may not know, Neil works for Nerdio, along with Baz Van Cam. The guys have been fantastic, certainly from my viewpoint over the last year, 18 months, as I've been a little bit more involved in community. Nerdio has hit 1 million users, which is fantastic. Now, I appreciate it's not necessarily community. Nerdio is a commercial product to manage your AVD environments, but you know, at the end of the day, as an impartial bystander, I've seen a number of demos of the product. I've not actually been able to use it in anger with any customer myself yet, but it's a fantastic product, and huge congratulations to the team over at Nerdio for kind of hitting that huge milestone. So well done. I just wanted to call that out because I know Neil and Baz in particular have been such fantastic advocates in the community, and the stuff that they put back has been fantastic. So couple of things. If you're not following Neil, go and give him a follow. Sign up for the UK Azure Virtual Desktop User Group, which Neil co-organises. And yeah, just to leave it on that note, huge congratulations to Nerdio and the team there for hitting that huge milestone. Moving on, yes, this caught my eye yesterday or the day before. Yesterday actually, from Maria Anastasia. So she's going down a very, very similar path to myself at the moment. So I know the basics of coding. I did learn languages back a long time ago, but I never flexed those muscles over the years. You know, I went more into the ops side of IT, so I was always using, you know, PowerShell and bat files and command line, and you know, a little bit of Linux thrown in here and there, but I never really flexed those software development, you know, proper coding. I don't know, I don't like to use the word proper, but anyway, Maria Anastasia has pulled together this C# basics cheat sheet, which I always find brilliant, because you know, you can kind of just click on these, and if you are writing something or just playing or trying to learn something, it's a great little concept to just kind of refer to. How do I do comments in C#? Okay, yeah, it's a double // or if I multi-line, right, /start. And it's a great little thing to have to the side, you know, to save you having to kind of flick back and forth. You can just relay over to this. So yeah, I just wanted to call that out. And if you see these things, these are great little utilities to actually aid you in getting off the ground with kind of moving forward with some of these languages and the other concepts that surround them. So, yeah, I believe Maria has said that, she's going to look to do an intermediate one soon. So huge thanks to Maria Anastasia for pulling that together. It certainly has been saved off into my favourites now anyway. So I don't do enough C# is the problem. To be honest, I do too much. I know that. But great to see these cheat sheets. So thank you, Maria Anastasia. That's great to see. And moving on, yes, MC2MC, their next virtual event, is on the 23rd of September. And it caught my eye because they've got the brilliant Mark O'Neill. Now, not saying that the other people on the session aren't brilliant. I just don't know who they are at the moment. But, you know, I'm sure they're always fantastic events. I've managed to join one or two over the last sort of year or so. But in particular, you don't want to miss this, to be honest. Mark O'Neill, he came onto the Welsh Azure User Group to give the virtual data center tour a few months back, and I don't think I'm over egging it, but it was probably the best presentation I've ever witnessed. So if you are interested in cloud and particularly Azure and data centers and what Microsoft are doing, go and sign up to that event. You will not be disappointed. Save the date, Thursday, the 23rd of September, so just under 2 weeks' time. Honestly, if you are interested, go and watch that, because it's a fantastic, and undoubtedly the other talks are going to be fantastic as well, but it just caught my eye because they had Mark there. So huge shout out to the guys and gals over at MC2MC, thanks for sorting that out. And no doubt if I can make, I'll probably join because I love that presentation. Yes, moving on, my good friend Mr. Dean Ellaby just gave a shout out the other night to Dean, Andy, Dan, Simon. They're all the collective that are kind of gone into the cloud management community. They've done fantastic things over the last, well, it's been a relatively small amount of time. I think it's probably 6 or 7 months now. They've grown a fantastic YouTube channel with superb content. And I know Dean, I've been chatting with Dean around sort of content creation and videos, and he's done an absolutely amazing job. He's pulling together some fantastic videos. If you've not subscribed up, go and follow Dean and follow the I can never remember. Yeah, that's it. The _CM community on Twitter, and find the YouTube channel. It's there. There it is. So Cloud Management Community on YouTube. Go and subscribe, sign up. There's some fantastic content, and I know they're doing really exciting things when it comes to their events. So they did have a monthly event, and I know that they've gone through a little bit of a change cycle now where they're splitting it to kind of two events per month. The next one, I believe, is fairly soon, the 14th of September. The 14th, I was going to say the 12th, but it's the 14th. So go and sign up for that if you can. It's I know they're going to be streaming it out across YouTube, LinkedIn. Get involved. Huge congratulations to everybody involved with getting that set up, and thanks to everybody in the community for supporting them as well. And go and check that out. Okie dokie. Yep, made me chuckle. I thought this was a fantastic thing that Daniel had put together the other day. So he's created this Twitter account, Azure Pirate, and it's like an automated RSS feed. So when there's community members have created new blog posts, it'll tweet out, retweet those blog posts and things like that. But it's been done in a really fun and inclusive way with this concept of Azure Pirate. So I'll leave it at that. Go and have a little look. See, I'm really intrigued to see how this kind of transpires over time. Great idea. Thanks for having me on that as well, Daniel. So I know Daniel's hooked in my blog, so when a blog article goes out, I should get it. But yeah, go and check that out. Give it a bit of support. Follow Daniel. Follow Azure_Pirate. And get involved, yeah. And of course, if you are a blogger yourself, drop Daniel a line. I'm sure he'll include you in the process to get your blogs retweeted out as well. So yeah, thank you very much. And moving on, yes, May has this really intrigued me. So May is looking to start up some Power Platform comics. She's put a link there to previous version of the comics, and I've seen some of the content that May has done in the past for, she did a version of Guess Who. She's done some Power Platform stickers. When I spoke to her on In Conversation With, the work that May is putting out is phenomenal. Go and give her a follow. Go and check that out. And I am very intrigued to see what this is going to be. It's going to be some fun, I'm sure. So, yeah, huge thanks for that, May. Great to see that. Really looking forward to seeing what comes off the back of that for the Power Platform comics. I'm sure it'll be fun and great to see. And yes, I feel that I've lost a part of my soul, if I'm being honest, in the time that it's been since Pete and Cliff decided to take a little break over summer. Absolutely understandable. I'm not suggesting nobody takes breaks, but it left a hole in my heart, and I'd say that in all sincerity, because it would. I know I struggled with getting on and watching the show because it was on a Tuesday, and I'm traveling down the motorway, and I would ask my son to get signal on the phone. It would cut out in and out, but anyway, they're back, and I missed it this Tuesday again because I was traveling up and down the motorway. But I do go back and watch the shows back. So IoT Live, go and follow it if you're not already. You're into IoT or you're looking to learn about IoT. Pete and Cliff can't recommend to better people across the community to kind of hook into. And it looks like Cliff was talking about ESP32 connecting Azure IoT using AMQP connection and sending latitude and longitude data, because I know he hates temperature and humidity. And yeah, I'm guessing that's what they talked about. So yeah, go and sign up for that. They stream that out across the Azure Live Twitch channel, which is the same channel I put out In Conversation With across. Go and give them a follow. Go and check that out because I'm sure it's useful and fantastic to see you back, Pete and Cliff. You don't do that again. No, I'm joking. Okay, moving on. Yes, Ryan Mangan. So I called Ryan out the other week, last week or the week before, and he mentioned that he's got this introductory kind of offer for his book, MSI App Attach Introduction. So Dynamic Application Delivery. It's available on Amazon this week only. I believe it's the Kindle edition. Is actually free to download. Not that I'd want to see Ryan lose out from a commercial point of view, but it's fantastic to see that. I don't quite know how it works with Amazon, whether it's something that Ryan puts together and suggests that it's free of charge for a week to promote, but go and check that out. Go and follow Ryan. Browse Amazon for an introduction to MSI App Attach Dynamic Application Delivery, obviously written by Ryan himself. And yeah, go and check that out. Thanks for putting that out there, Ryan. Hugely appreciated. Yes, my good friend Mert is back with Mert to the Future. Again, content. This was on last night around application insights for JVM-based applications with Pamir. So go and check that out. Again, it's on the Azure Live Twitch channel if you want to take a look at that. Always fantastic content from Mert, and he always has fantastic guests on his show. So and talking about some cool technology areas as well, all within the kind of the app dev space and dev within Azure as well. So thanks, Mert. I will be sure to check that out as well. And yes, just going back to my good friend Pete, the show would never be the same unless I called him out several times. So just notice that Peter's got another talk coming up with home automation using the Azure Percept Dev Kit on the 20th of September, so 10 days time or so. So yeah, go and sign up for that. It's the .NET Docs show, which is pretty cool because, it's kind of like a big thing. So yeah, great to see that, Pete. I will be sure to kind of stick that in my calendar and see if I can jump on. If I don't even know what time that is. So what is it, 7-8 hours? It's probably, I'm not sure. I'm not even going to guess at the time. I always get it wrong. So, well, there we go. Helps if you just look at the one that you need. So what's that? UTC, what are we, +1? Yeah, about 5 o'clock-ish then, I guess. So yeah, go and check that out. And finally, Reshab, again, another community member that's always putting out some fantastic content. And I know he teamed up with GPS around this kind of self-taught guide to cloud. So if you are new into cloud, looking at which way to turn first, what should you be learning, what shouldn't you be learning? I mean, this is really a great starting point, in terms of fundamentals over a 6-month period, which, is kind of, a stake in the ground, so to speak, to cover off things like Linux and networking, some programming concepts and a programming language of some of your choosing, looking at a cloud platform and DevOps practices. So there's a GitHub repo, or if you go to learntocloud.guide, that will take you over to that GitHub repo, and you can check out that content. So yeah, huge thanks to GPS and Reshab for that one. Okie dokie, so that is community call out for today. Wow, 20 minutes just on community call out. I mean, it's just so much fantastic content out there, obviously. Okie dokie, I'm going to do straight on over to, I believe we'll do Jonnychipz on the side. Why not? Just to kind of set the scene as to what's been going on there then. So let's browse back over to the whole desktop. So yeah, this week has been super busy, super busy, but we still managed to get in some episodes of In Conversation With. So yeah, huge shout out to Dwayne. Obviously last week Dwayne was my guest on the show where we talked all about the Azure Back to School event and what it means to be a training provider, which is obviously where Dwayne sits in the tech community and for his day job. Fantastic conversation. Go and check that out. If you're interested in that side of things, go and check that out and follow Dwayne because he's a super guy across the community doing some fantastic work. And of course, this is just a little bit of an idea to highlight the fantastic efforts by everybody for the Azure Back to School event. So if you missed it, go and check that out. Equally, tonight it is Friday. We've got another episode going out tonight, and I'm super excited for this one. So Cloud Solutions Architect over at Microsoft, Sam Rowe. I've spoke with Sam a number of times over the last year or so, been on open hacks with him. He's a super guy, always willing to help out where you need help. And we decided to have a chat around some of the developer velocity concepts and some of the tooling that Microsoft have kind of pulled together and features that Microsoft have pulled together over on GitHub. So looking at code spaces, which is that ability to spin up a developer environment effectively in a container that's kind of consistent and usable by one or more people. And, it's a great thing to see. And of course, the AI pair programming, the Copilot feature set that is kind of, I believe it's still in private preview at the moment from GitHub, but Sam gave me a quick overview and a quick first look, and we tried a few things, tried to see where it would take us. If you've not seen the AI pair programming concept with Copilot, then this is a video for you. So tonight, 6:30 p.m, be streaming that out live across multi-platforms. Come and join us, join in the chat, join in the fun, and come and see a demonstration from Sam on Code Spaces and Copilot. Super chat that's going out tonight. Okay, yes, in other news, my Abel Wang Don't Accept the Defaults t-shirt came, wearing that one with pride. It's now in the wash. I've had it on for the last day or so. Yeah, super to receive that, and it's fab to see so many community members have managed to bag themselves. Just that little momentum of such a fantastic person in general. I mean, I've said it before on other weekly episodes. Abel is hugely missed across the technical community, let alone by, of course, his close friends and family. Undoubtedly, he's left a huge hole in a number of ways, but it's the least I could do. The money went to a charity that Abel was close to, and like I say, it's I'd like, obviously it's a very small thing, but just to play my part into remembering who was such a fantastic person across the community and obviously in the Microsoft landscape. So yeah, that came, and I'm wearing that one with pride. In other news, yeah, I've, as you know, I received a whole bunch of tech kit from Elgato, managed to put a few YouTubes, never really done this unboxing kind of style video before, so I thought I'd give it a go just for, just for my own kind of learnings on and how I can put videos together, trying to start to use editing a little bit more with Camtasia. But I pulled together a video on the Wave 3 microphone, which is the microphone I'm using to record this video. And I had the face cam and some other bits and pieces. So yeah, if you are interested, please do go and check that out, and let me know what you think. Be nice. I've only done one or two of these unboxing videos, so there we go. And yes, I had the delivery. Well, the delivery had to go and collect my new car. So the wheels, yeah. The other half bought me a nice number plate for my birthday, which I was hugely excited by. So that's on there. That's sat outside right now. Did have a bit of a faux pas. Well, unfortunately, we got a ding in the door already. Oh, hey ho. It's going to get fixed, but that's how it goes anyway. So that's me. That's me. Just a quick short one for this week as Jonnychipz on the side. Let's head back over to my big face cam. Okie dokie. So I think what we will do now is we will just jump straight on over. And I always look down at my stream. I've got to rearrange my stream deck for this because I always forget where I put the buttons. But anyway, without further ado, let's browse on over to the Azure news and updates. And good afternoon. This is your Azure news and updates section on Friday the 10th of September 2021. Okay, so only one roving report for me this week. I appreciate everybody's been super busy, but I believe Shabaz Darr, we'll jump straight on in with Shabaz. I think he's got some great community news for us, so let's just jump over and see what he's got to say. Shabaz, you there?
Thank you, John. I am IT Geek here, roving reporter for John Lund's weekly update. Just want to give you a quick overview of some events, both virtual and in person, that are going to be coming over within the next couple of weeks. The Microsoft Cloud and Client Management community have a virtual event on the 23rd of September with some amazing guest speakers, so be sure to go register and check that out. Also, Commsverse is next week, which is almost sold out. So if you love Teams and you love collaboration, go get those final few tickets for that event. My good friend Sam O'Donnell will be presenting, as will some other amazing presenters like Zoe Wilson, MVP Zoe Wilson. Finally, if you were in and around Leeds from like the 20th of September for that 2-week period, there are some amazing sessions as part of the in-person event for the Leeds Digital Festival. Yours truly, I am IT Geek, will be part of the 2 sessions in that fortnight. I'll be presenting for Net Company, so be sure to go to Leeds Digital Festival's website and go check out what the other sessions and more details. Back to you, John.
Brilliant, thanks Shabaz. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, I think across the community there's some fantastic events going on. And yeah, huge call out for Comsverse, because I know a few colleagues of mine are going down to that. I believe that's down in is it Mercedes-Benz World, from memory. But yeah, thank you Shabaz. Some great announcements there and great events going on over the next few weeks. So yeah, be sure to check some of those out. So in other news, we've had not a huge amount of announcements this week, but certainly a decent amount of announcements. And let me just quickly try and scan through a few of these. So first thing we've got is there have been some updates to the Azure firewall, and as we quickly check those out, so we've got some August announcements and some updates in terms of the Azure firewall going on. So Azure Firewall has gone and it's been supported in US West 3, India West, and Brazil Southeast. This is a new concept. So we've got the auto-generated self-signed certificates for the premium SKU of Azure Firewall is now a new feature. The Secure Hub is now supporting availability zones, and we can deploy the Azure Firewall without a public IP when we go to that forced tunnel mode. So pretty cool. And we can also configure pre-existing firewalls in forced tunnel mode, and you can use those stop-start commands. So that was a quick article from the Azure blogs this week. Cool to see that Azure Premium Firewall Premium SKU has been in GA for a few weeks, and we still got some more updates on that straight away as well, which is cool. In other news, so GA Azure Files supports storage capacity reservations for all premium hot and cool tiers now, which is great to see some of those announcements around Azure Files. And in fact, it has been something I've been playing with recently myself. So you can see capacity reservations are sold in units of 10 terabytes or 100 terabytes for terms of either 1 or 3 years. Sticking with the Azure Files theme, another announcement is that Smb Multi-Channel is now gone generally available. So that ability to kind of increase the throughput and performance of the SMB share using Azure firewalls in the firewalls, Azure Files in the cloud. So you can see there it enables kind of a 2 or 3 fold increase in performance for any reads and 3 to 4 for any writes through a single client. And yeah, the other thing to note is that by default, on premium storage for your Azure storage accounts with Azure Files, Smb Multi-Channel is actually disabled by default. So there's a little checkbox, a little radio button you can use in there to enable that if you want to take a look at it and get that higher throughput. You need to remember that your Smb client that's actually using that needs to be capable of using multi-channel as well, of course. And of course, Azure Files now supports the new SMB 3.11. In other news, Azure App Service support for availability zones has reached general availability. We've also seen the screen capture protection for AVD has now gone GA. So that ability to stop users from capturing any screen if there's any confidential or business, almost like that conditional access rights management overlay for Azure Virtual Desktop. So protects from functionality such as print screens, snipping tools, and any third-party applications that might be installed there. It secures a single session host or uses Active Directory to manage different host pools. And it's available for all virtual desktop customers at no cost, which is cool to see. Protection is enforced by verifying the Azure Virtual Desktop's client capabilities. If the user tries to connect with an unsupported client, basically AVD is going to deny that connection. So that's cool. Cool to see that announcement. Azure Sphere OS 21.09 is expected on the 22nd of September. We've got Apache Spark 3.1 for Azure Synapse Analytics is now gone generally available. And we've got Zone Redundant Storage, ZRS, for Azure Disk Storage. That's now GA. Some in preview announcements, a couple of in preview announcements this week. We've got on-demand capacity reservations for Azure virtual machines has now gone into public preview, and also automatic scaling with Azure Virtual Machine scale sets. The flexible orchestration mode is also in public preview, and you can see the whole list of things that they've introduced in that. Things like up to 1,000 instances in a single scale set, automatic extension updates, terminate notification for on-demand and spot VMs. There's a whole plethora of new features and functionality around that kind of automatic scaling mode for VM scale sets. So that was the news this week. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And see, I got to duck down all the time. I got to really sort this out. But anyway, here's your news for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Okie dokie, and finally, I think we will touch on straight away a little bit of what's going on in the world of the Welsh Azure user group, because we've had the full confirmation of what's going to be going on over at the next event. So let's just head back over to the desktop. So yes, Mr. Chris Reddington, the cat is absolutely out of the bag. So we're doing an in-person, a hybrid event for the next Welsh Azure User Group session on the 29th of September. So in a couple of weeks' time, not too far away. We've got two speakers. We've got Chris Reddington, who is going to come to us and talk to us all around Azure Arc for apps. And as he says there, the virtual option is available if you can't make it down to Cardiff in person. And we've also got Mr. Kirk Ryan come to talk to us about Terraform. So, automating Azure with Terraform. So you can see there the two talks that we got from Chris, using Azure Arc to run your application services on-prem or in any cloud, and Kirk Ryan automating Azure with Terraform. I mean, it's sure to be a fantastic evening. We're down in Tramshed Tech, down in Cardiff, postcodes here. Please do RSVP, sign up. There's a little form to fill in. If you are going to appear in person, just let us know. Drop us a line here on this form. The link is in the meetup page there. If you click on that, RSVP, of course, click on it and just drop your name in there. We can actually just gauge the numbers of people that are actually going to be coming down to the event. So super excited to obviously be part of this and looking forward to this event on the 29th of September down in Cardiff. It would be hugely, brilliant to see. I know there's quite a lot of community peeps going to come down in person for that as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to it. If you can make it, please do. I know we're actually limited to numbers because of COVID restrictions. So yeah, get in quickly if you are going to come down. Other than that, that is the news for this week from the Welsh Azure User Group. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. That has been this week's episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. As I say all the time, if you do like these episodes, please do like, subscribe, drop me some comments back. There's loads of ideas I've got going on in my head at the moment. It's just finding that time to do it. And like I say, this week has been super busy. Hence the title of this video. So let's hope that we can kind of find that nice little calm, settled bit that we can get on and do everything that we need to do. So if you're having those similar issues like I'm having, drop me a line. Let's moan about them together. But anyway, for now, thanks everyone for tuning in. Really is appreciated. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will catch you on the other side next week if I don't see you tonight on the In Conversation With episode. But for now, have a weekend, everyone. See you all soon.